The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Temperature in Benton Harbor right now, 55 degrees. It's 51 in St. Joseph. Dowagiac reporting 59 degrees. And let's see. Oh, yeah, Niles came down a couple of degrees. They started off the morning at 60. They're now at 58. I bet they go back up because it's going to be a beautiful day. From the They're There When You Need Them department, let's talk with Zach East from the United Way of Southwest Michigan. Big tragic events happening in our area late last week, the tornadoes that blew through Branch, Cass, and St. Joseph counties, killing 4 individuals, injuring at least a dozen. And who's there to help? United Way of Southwest Michigan.
I would say that we are among many people that are coming together, but United Way as an organization across the country and across the world tends to be there for disaster recovery, disaster relief efforts alongside many, many partners that you certainly would know and recognize, like the American Red Cross. Yep. They're obviously very big partners of ours as well. But a lot of our communication has been with the people in each of those communities that serve those communities, and they are often school districts like Edwardsburg Public Schools has done a fantastic, just an incredible job of serving their community and being there for their families in that area of Cass County, as are the school districts in Three Rivers and in Union City as well. So we're just kind of happy to be there to ask how we can assist. And a lot of the times, United Way gets the chance to help fill in a lot of the gaps for things that while everybody's busy doing things on the ground, we're there to try to help with some of the stuff that you just don't think about, including after some of the debris and other things get, picked up. It's, of course, trying to put people's lives back together. And that's part of where we enjoy coming in as well. So.
Yeah. So what do you need from people? What do you want people to know?
So as we've been talking about over the past couple of days that you probably have heard here on WSJM, maybe even seen on TV or in the newspaper, we're really trying to activate or use the activation of our Southwest Michigan Cares Disaster Relief Emergency Fund, which has been activated many times in the past, including most successfully for COVID. It was activated in the past for the Niles floods many years ago, and we certainly saw quite a bit of need to activate it now. If you are able to donate anything monetarily at southwestmichigancares.com, we would definitely appreciate it, because we are going to take those funds and immediately turn around and grant them to the 3 different counties. Certainly our United Way covers Cass County, but St. Joseph and Branch counties have their own United Ways. We work directly with them to make sure that those funds are going to their organizations where they can do the work directly on the ground. So that's part of what United Ways certainly are known for, is that level of collaboration. And yes, they do have probably their own relief funds and other things. You can donate to Branch County directly. You can donate to St. Joseph County directly. But to make it as easy as we could, to make sure that people who had the means and wanted to do something right away had a vehicle to do it, we stepped in to try to help and promote that, especially while some of these, again, smaller United Ways like St. Joseph County have mostly volunteers and very little staff that they work with. Compared to us, we're somewhat blessed with a fairly big staff that's kind of active.
Yeah, and that's what, to me, is an extra point of appreciation for organizations like yours. You have the network already built up. You have the partner agencies who help in times of need, and this being one of them. I mean, again, the tornadoes, without watches and warnings coming after the fact, a lot of people weren't prepared. So you had the devastating loss of life, you had the tragic injuries, and then now the cleanup. I mean, one of those tornadoes stayed on the ground for 3.5 miles at widths of 500 plus yards, scattering communities across, and it's good to know that there are organizations willing to step up in this time of need, like United Way.
I think that's the thing, that because thankfully we don't have a lot of disasters that occur in especially Southwest Michigan, where we would be doing this level of activation and being as present as we are within disaster relief efforts. But it is one of the things that United Ways really were enacted to do 100 plus years ago in a lot of communities.
Yeah.
And it is still a very big part of what we do, even if most of the work that we do tends to be for the everyday programs and services and other things like the 211 helpline that just still need to be thought about, funded.
Which are all vital needs for sure. But then how quickly you can pivot to this kind of need is impressive.
Well, and if you think about just 211 being that 24/7, 365 helpline, it's not something we staff here in our office. We have a call center that we contract with that just so happens to also serve this entire region that we're speaking of. They serve the whole Kalamazoo region as well as several other parts of the state. So, for example, when it came to getting all the calls that 211, I'm sure, got in the last several days since that storm, their people were already well educated because they were within the region. Their employees probably were coming from that part of the region. They certainly got the same information that might also, for Cass County, that might be the same for St. Joseph County. And they were able to, make sure that people that were calling in looking for assistance with food or shelter or housing or whatever their immediate need was, that they got the chance to get connected. And that's just one of the many reasons why when we ask you to donate or to volunteer throughout the year, and then ask you again to do some level of donation in time of real need. Yeah. Those are the examples of the 365-day structure that exists and the immediate need that sometimes shows up where those asks, they do show up for us fairly often, but we want to kind of show folks that, again, as we ask for funding in different times of the year, it's for different things. It's always earmarked for different things. The folks that donate during the year, your dollars don't typically go to a lot of emergency relief unless we really have to pull that out. That's why we have a separate fund for these kinds of things, and we definitely need the support for it. I will tell you that since Saturday, when the CARES Fund was activated, we're now up to just over $11,500. So people definitely have stepped up.
That's
and
great.
It's not just from this area. We've received donations from all across the country because we see the cities when they come in.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because the national networks have picked up on this awful story, particularly for Union City, and the devastation that's occurred there and the strength of that tornado, as you were talking to Matt Rudkin and the National Weather Service folks and other people, that it is just out of the ordinary, and the veracity at which it hit each of these cities, but especially Union City, just incredible. Yeah, and unprecedented.
Well, and we thank you, but we thank the community members who are donating their time and their financial resources as well. It's making a big difference. $11,000 raised so far through the Southwest Michigan CARES. So, bottom line it for us again, Zach. What do you need? Where do you need it?
SouthwestMichiganCares.com is where you can kind of get educated on what each of our United Ways are doing to help serve those three counties and Cass in particular for us. Consider donating if you can. Whatever you can certainly helps. It adds and allows us to leverage for more donations from other areas, from other entities that we can hopefully get funding from to help each of these three counties. And if you're interested in just helping a specific area, you can put that in the comments as well. One other piece that's been important that we also talked about yesterday when I was talking with Andrew is that volunteer needs on the ground are going to continue to keep rising. Okay. Because as they do all the cleanup work and they start looking through, what's necessary to help, especially the municipalities themselves, the schools, the parks, the churches, the this, the that, all over those communities, they're going to need the volunteer groups to come in and help with certain projects. We don't know what all those projects are right now. It would be best if you went to volunteerunited.org. And if you don't have a profile, it's free to create a profile as a volunteer. That will allow us to attach you to that storm cleanup need that's on the front page of the Volunteer United website. And we'll start alerting you when we get more opportunities. We actually had, I think, a few yesterday where some volunteers actually went to a few different places as well. So, we're already working with the entities like the emergency operations centers in Cass County and otherwise to get to folks where they're needed. So please make sure you're signing up for those. Okay. Again, SouthwestMichiganCares.com. If you go to .org, that'll get you there too. Mm-hmm.
southwestmichigancares.com, or if you want to donate money, you can go to United Way of Southwest Michigan's website.
Yeah, uwsm.org.
Okay, very good. Zach East, thank you for joining us and giving us the update this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, news from the Bear Den is coming up next. This is WSJM.